All right, ladies, welcome to the team meeting for tonight. We have a guest presenter tonight, Miss Cheryl. She is actually, if you guys have seen in Powerhouse, had some wonderful ideas on how to find friends into the two new countries that we are currently going to be starting into, which are Germany and Mexico. So we're going to let her kind of take over the call tonight and share her training with us. And without ado, it's all yours, Cheryl.
Okay. I guess you guys can hear me just right now. Okay, there we go. Thank you so much for asking me to do this, Crystal. I'm quite honored. So I do know quite a bit about Facebook, but since we're just talking about finding friends, I could show you how to find other friends too, but let's just start off with finding friends in other countries in Facebook. Okay. So sometimes it's a bit of a hide-and-go-seek game, so I could basically show you how I find friends. Well, okay, if you want to go straight to how to find friends in Facebook, okay. So you have to really think about, I go to Google a lot. I utilize Google a lot. Am I screen sharing this, Crystal? Okay.
Nope.
Go ahead. I didn't think about that. Yep. Okay, hold on. Wow.
There you go. Now we're going to see anything that you have on your screen. So right now we've got the infinite screens.
Okay, do you have Facebook now?
Yep. Go.
Okay. So it does take a little bit of know-how and practice, and you just have to have a really good imagination. So, like I was talking about in the post, it's saying friends, and Facebook actually lets you do a lot more until a couple months ago. So unfortunately there's some roadblocks, but I just go to the graph search up here and I type in friends who live in Mexico. Okay, so it's going to come up and tell me who my friends are that live in Mexico. Okay. Now, the top two ladies are ladies I've just friended, and they friended me back, so I really don't know them. So the bottom ladies are ladies that are they're in the Grace Brethren Ministry, and they've been living in Mexico City for many years, and I visited them. So they have lots of friends. So at the church. So it shows these people all live in Mexico. So that really helps us. So if we tap on Brenda and Bess, we could probably check their friends. And they have a few friends that I have, but they have a lot of friends, like from here down, that aren't my friends. So it depends on how bold you are, but you don't want to be friending too many people every day. I heard the maximum was 50, but I don't think it's even that many. I suggest no more than 20 a day, otherwise you'll end up in Facebook jail. So I would look for somebody that you think would like eyelashes or makeup. This lady looks a little styling. And we have 4 mutual friends. So if I friended her, she would probably friend me back, being we had 4 mutual friends. So, oh, she likes to play Candy Crush. Okay, so I'm just going to hit add as friend, and we'll see what happens, you know, during the next 45 minutes. So just kind of cruise along and look at these people and, you know, see where they live. She probably lives in Mexico City, being she's Hispanic. Here's another lady with 3 mutual friends. She studied in Mexico City. So I'm not going to friend her yet. I want to go on a friendsing fury. But I would check with your people, check and see if who you know that lives in Mexico or Mexico City. Now I have another friend of mine, Bianca, who lives in Monterrey. So friends who live in, and you could do a town. I forget the name of her town. Let's say Monterrey. Monterrey. She's kind of a new friend to me. Here, nope, that's not her. And that's somebody I unfriended, and some reasons we're friends again. So we're getting rid of her. So I don't like her. She's into things I don't like. Okay, so let's just go back to friends of friends. Okay, friends of friends who live in Mexico. Now, you could do any geographical location. You could even do the town you live in, which is really great. You know, because everybody likes to be connected with people where they live. Okay, so here's some friends of friends that live in Mexico. So you have to really be careful with them. So this lady looks like she doesn't. We don't have any common friends that it shows, which is good. She looks very glamorous. I think I might add her. She looks like she works for Isogenics in Mexico. So I'm going to add her as a friend because she looks like she likes makeup. And there's a couple guys here that live in Mexico City. I'm going to bypass them. And then I'm going to...
So Cheryl, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Many of our friends of friends actually have their friends list that are hidden 90% of the time.
Right.
So if you type in friends of friends that live in Mexico, will they still pop up?
I don't know. I just recently hid my friends. So I don't know that. Yeah, that's beyond my expertise. So yeah. So you just have to play. You have to play with it. Absolutely have to play with it. Friends, or just friends or friends of friends is because I think you're going to get more people friending you back if they're friends of friends. So friends of friends who live in, let's say, Germany. Now, I have very few, if any, that live there. I was looking, okay, I'll just say, and there's towns. You could do Hamburg, Munich, Berlin. Let's try Berlin. That's a big city. Okay. So I do have friends of friends that do live in Berlin. Now, it doesn't list who their friends are, which I think is kind of unusual. But if I tap this lady's, okay, I'm going to tap this guy, even though he's a man. But him and I share a lot of friends because we probably went to Drake High School, which I'm very involved with my alumni. So he studied at College of Marin, where I went to college, and he's friends with several friends of mine from high school. He's probably not a good candidate to wear mascara, though. So we'll try Lynette. So Lynette lives in there, and she has one friend, and it's a girl in Pennsylvania. It's one of my pastor's daughters. So she might be a good candidate, even though we're only just friends with one person. She's a girl, and that's our target market. She's got a lot of friends. So I'm just going to try adding her too. Oh, it's okay. This is what happens when you add too many people or when they're wondering why you're adding people. They want to make sure I'm connected with this person that I know well, like a classmate, friends, family, coworkers. Don't send this request unless you know this person personally. Well, I'm going to do that anyway. But I don't do that very often because eventually that'll catch up with you. Okay, so let me see here. So in Mexico, I did do some research last night. I'm more interested in the Hispanic market than I am in Germany. Even though Germany has like 80 million people, I was surprised. I looked that up today. Mexico has like 212. There's a lot of poverty in Mexico, but there's a lot of industrial towns too. So I know you guys are much more familiar with magazines, the makeup type magazines. So, but glamour magazines seem to be the popular one that I could find a lot of people on. So I'm going to say people who live in Mexico who like. Now that's the term you want to always use. People that live somewhere and they like something, or just people that like something. Okay, people who live in Mexico that like Glamour magazine. Now, I'm pretty sure it's in English, so I know I wrote down the term for, no, it's not going to be. Let me see if I could find what the term is. I know I wrote it down. Here we go. No, that was in Germany. Sorry. Okay. We'll have to figure out how to say Glamour magazine in Spanish. So, but there is also people, because I was looking up beauty salons, all sorts of stuff, but people who like Glamour magazine. It just takes a lot of time, and then you'll hit a gold mine. So, magazine, oops, in Germany. Okay. That wasn't it either. Okay. Let me see. People who like, I know I was searching for it today, so maybe it'll come up. Glamour magazine. Nope, it's not going to work either. Okay. Let me see if I wrote down the names. There's a few cosmetic companies. I did go over to network marketing in Germany, and it is flooded with unique reps. German marketing, yeah, it is absolutely flooded. I mean, there is 80 million people who live there. Okay, here's people who like German networking. Have to cruise along. Here's a unique presenter, a pink one. And she's also unique, and she is probably unique too. So let me find another one of mine. Let me see. The other way to look for things, you just have to really play around with that. Just use your imagination. I actually, I do not have a lot of contacts in Germany and Mexico. I have tons of them in New Zealand. In fact, if I said friends of friends in New Zealand, I probably have 1,000 people easily, because I have like over 70 or 80 people in New Zealand. But let me see here. What else I wrote down? Okay, so up in a graph search, and I did not know this until a couple weeks ago, but I don't know a lot about hashtags, but a girl said that hashtags are like Google for old people, and I guess I'm old because I'm 57, so I had no idea. So you can actually go up here to the graph search and hashtag things. So Glamour, here's the Mexico one. Okay, there's the Mexico one. So that's the name of it. It's Glamour México y Latin America. So that's the name of that. So we just want to kind of backspace in here. Hopefully this will work. And we're going to backspace in here, and we're going to put, oh darn it, took it off of it. People, let me see, people, oops. Fingers are not doing well. Okay, people who like GAMR Mexico Latino American. Let me see. Okay, so here's some people here. Okay, so, and there's a lot more down here if you see more. Okay, so we just want to really look at who these are. Okay, you want to click on the name to see if they're friends, if you have mutual friends, if you're somebody you think is approachable. Okay, and then of course the computer's running slow, and then this lady here, she's very pretty. She very well might live in South America. She lives in a town, I don't know where that is, but it's something to research. Okay, so they usually put people you're connected with up at the top. So she was actually involved with Isogenics. So if you sit down here, see you do the see more, it's going to give you more names, tons more names, and all these people like Glamour Magazine in Mexico and Latin America. So that's a really good, and it also tells you what else they like. So there's tons and tons of people here. Just make sure, like this lady has a mutual friend. She's also a mutual friend. There's lots of people who have mutual friends in here. So just check them out very carefully. So Glamour Magazine seems to be the one that I can find a lot of people with. But so the other thing to do is look for groups, okay? You have to usually really use your imagination, okay? Now, I had a really hard time finding groups in Germany and Mexico, but I know they exist. So you could also find groups in your own area. I know a lot of people, they target moms clubs, which I'm not a mom, but I might target a dog walking club or something, and not target them, but join them, go in there and interact with them, connect with them. You know, friend them. It's all about connecting and trust. So, yeah. Oops. Got a million things there. Okay, so I could show you a couple other tricks in Facebook too, since we have more time. But you just have to really use your imagination. Friends of friends, friends, and friends who like things, or geographical locations. You know, people that live in Indonesia, like the millionaire mindset. Just whatever, you know, interesting. Just write them down and use your imagination. Okay, so you could also go across these tabs here that'll have pages. Unfortunately, pages are a little bit different than groups, and I think you probably all know that. Pages are owned by somebody, and you really can't connect very well on pages, just mostly groups. But the one thing I do, and I could show you how to get a lot more Facebook friends, couple different ways just to get Facebook friends in the area, is you go over here and then you go to let me see. Maybe it's under home. Nope. Okay. Friends. Okay. So last September I had 500 friends. I listened to this incredible Facebook webinar, which I have a copy of, and it showed me how to get lots of friends, and I doubled my friends. So you come over here to find friends. I don't know if you guys have all done this, but that's not my Hotmail actually. That's a very old one. You type in your email. I've done this recently, so there's probably nothing there. You could pick whatever email you want. You hit Find Friends, and it'll come up with, it'll ask you to sign into your account, and it'll give you a bunch of people who are in your Facebook or who are in your email contacts that you don't even realize that they're there. I had people that I friended, and they said, "Who are you?" And I said, "Are you in a genealogy?" And they said, "Yes." So we're some distant relative, and they're still my friends. I have probably 15 of those people. So that's a really good way on finding friends. It's just doing that. And, you know, friend suggestions. Go through here. Let me see here. You're looking for people in your hometown. Oh, those are my friends. Okay. So you're looking to find friends, and you come over here to the right-hand column, and you do search for friends. So where you grew up. You search for your current town. You search for your high school. You search for mutual friends. So if you want mutual friends of the girl that I know in Mexico, in Monterey, I could search for her, and it'll bring me up all of her friends. I know she's got about 500 friends. So where's the search button? Okay. So it'll come up with all her friends. So here are her friends over here. So probably most of them live in Mexico, which is good. So it's important to get those German or Mexico friends. And there's all of her friends. So now the man was asked during the webinar if anybody ever gets mad. He says rarely has he ever had anybody say, how come you friended my friend? So there's places that you worked at, graduate school, yeah, hometowns, or you could put another city. Let's try Berlin, Germany. Let's just try this and see what happens. I haven't done this yet. Oh, I don't have any matches. Okay, so you actually have to look for your friends there. Okay, so that's a really good way. The other way to find people on Facebook, okay, I could just tell you what I did. You have to find your own groups, but I have a group. I graduated from high school 40 years ago. I'm actually in charge of the high school reunion. So I started this group about 3 years ago, and I founded a group of where my husband went to high school, and it's called Drake Pirates That Pass Too Soon, and now I have 744 members. So I actually started adding in, I added like 100 people in, and it sat dormant for a while, and then I put a spreadsheet in and started getting to move, and I probably get 5 people joining this group every day. So so what I did was I started building a relationship in the group by asking them questions like, who has your tassel? You know, if they still have their tassel. People answer the questions. I had 42 comments on that. Okay, just little questions. Love hearing those songs, and I kind of use my imagination. I kind of use my imagination with the questions. So then we're building a relationship. So what do? I friend them. So I have like probably 400 people off of this group that are my friends because we went to high school. Not during the same year, but maybe during the same time. You know, like from 1950 to, 1999 or something. So that's a really good way is to get into a group. So I would suggest moms groups, dog walking groups, hiking groups, fishing groups. You guys are very glamorous. How about some type of glamour group? Make your own group up. I really can't suggest great groups. How about pageants or ballroom dancing or something? I don't know. Yeah, top model. Somebody suggested on Pinterest to friend people that like the Real Housewives of wherever. So that's just different ways to go into groups, and it's really easy to form a group. I'm sure you guys know how to do that. But working a existing group you have now is probably the best way to add friends because they know who you are. So, it's all about that dripping in that relationship. So, let me see. That's about all I'm going to talk about on Facebook. Does anybody have any questions on Facebook? Oh, does anybody have any questions on Facebook?
If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and unmute. Cheryl, go ahead and if you guys do have any questions, you can go ahead and unmute. I will say, thank you very much, Cheryl. That was awesome. I actually learned a whole bunch from that. The only thing to be careful of when you are going into other people's friends list is don't go into other unique presenters' friends list. Kind of a big no-no. And just for kind of more for direct sales decency's sake, I wouldn't recommend going into other direct sales people's friends list either because that's kind of their customers list as well. But absolutely, I mean, friends of friends, you can absolutely go in and check it out and that type of thing. So does anybody have any questions? That reminds me. So the other thing that I was actually going to show you guys here real quick is how to put your friends into lists. The reason that you're going to want to put your friends into lists is because there might be something you don't want people in Mexico to see maybe what your kids look like. I mean, or whatever. So what you're actually going to want to do, I'm just going to bring Holly up here just because she's on the call and she can see what I'm doing. So what you're going to want to do when you do friend those friends and send them friend requests is add them to what you would call a list. My computer's just a little bit slow. So as you can see right now, Holly and I are already friends. Normally that would say add as a friend in a checkbox. So as you can see, when I scroll over that, you're actually going to have lists. I have close friends, acquaintances, and I have other lists on there. If you don't have a list already for Mexico or in Germany, you can actually just click on others list, add to the other list, and scroll down and click new list, and then type in a new list. So like Germany potentials. Yeah, I spelled potentials wrong. And just add them to that list. And that's so then when you go to post something, you can actually pick who sees those posts. So if you don't want all your friends to see, say, a Germany post as an example, you can go in and when you're updating your statuses, come on, computer, and type in, you know, whatever. And then, oh, where is that? Right here. Where it says friends, you can actually go in and who's going to see this. Click on options, and there's all your friends lists right there. So you'd click on Germany potentials, and then you'd go to hit post, and it would only post to those that are in your Germany potentials list. That way you're not, you know, spamming any other friends that maybe don't want to see it, or you don't want to see it, or anything like that. So I'll go ahead, stop screen sharing there. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't have a question, but I kind of have something cool to share.
Absolutely. I love hearing cool things.
When I boosted that post on my business page, I got like 60 likes so far, and so what I did was I messaged every single person and I said, thank you so much for liking my video, and that's all I said was thank you, and then a bunch of people friend requested me, and that way we're kind of building a relationship. I think the key is to make sure that we message people when we friend them, because one time, like, I don't know, a couple months ago, I was just friending people like crazy, and then someone messaged me and they're like, do I even know you? Why did you friend request me? And it was so embarrassing because I didn't know them, and I was like feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't want that to happen again, because I can't just be adding friends and not really genuinely care about being their friend, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yes, I highly encourage that.
So I think it's cool to message people when you send them a friend request and message them why, because if they don't know you, they're going to be like, why are you friend requesting me? And they're going to think that you're spam or something like that.
Absolutely. I mean, you can even say something simple as, hey, I like your hair in your picture, or something like that.
Yeah, make it friendly.
Great tip. Love that. All right, does anybody else have any other questions? Otherwise, we'll go ahead and call it a night. Thank you. Well, actually, before I go, thank you, ladies. I'll let you guys, if you guys have any, go ahead and unmute.
I know I was popping in and out quite a bit tonight, but what I heard was awesome. Great job, Cheryl. You had so many awesome tips to share, so that was really fun to see you in action. And I even learned a few things that I'm going to start utilizing, so that was amazing. So thank you. And Katie, I love your tip. Also, that is so true. There's definitely a major difference in my friendships with people when I message them after they accept my friend request, and if someone friend requests me, I also send them a message like, thanks for the friend request. So just to start that off. And one thing that I usually say when they accept my friend request is just something as simple as, I love makeup, and your makeup just looked amazing in your profile picture. I just had to add you as a friend. So, you know, definitely compliments. So
Ooh,
That
I
was
really like
great
that.
call.
Yes, thank you so much, Cheryl. That was absolutely amazing. I really, really adored that. So, all right, ladies. So we're off tonight. So have a great night, and we will see you all later.